here. You're ready. Welcome to my world.
Welcome back, everybody. It's I'm Ghost of Sparta, and I'm here with another fantastic review. We are going to review the Mafex Batman and Robin from The Dark Knight Returns. I will be taking a look at paint apps, sculpt, articulation, and accessories. Now let's get to those size comparisons. So we have the size comparisons here with many different figure lines. We can see that Robin stands at 4.5 inches and Batman's at 7.5 inches. All right, so now that we have Batman in hand and we have Robin in the background, we'll be reviewing them. Let's take a look at the sculpt work at first. Now this sculpt work here is the same exact sculpt that they used for the battle damage version of this Batman. The difference is that the symbol here is a little bit, is actually not battle damage. The battle damage ones actually has like 3 slashes on it. And I believe there's some battle damage on his legs and arms. And I believe on his gloves too. Now this is where they got the inspiration for the Ben Affleck Batman, because they were trying to get the Batman vs Superman to be just like the Dark Knight, but it wasn't. If you haven't seen the Dark Knight, I definitely recommend seeing it. Now I did review the battle damaged one. If you want to see what that one is like, you could check out in the link in the description below, or you could check out in the card in the upper right hand corner. Anyways, back to the review. Sculpt work looks nice. You could see that they were able to get some good definition of the muscles in there. You could see that he's kind of wearing a costume, so you can see that they do have some kind of wrinkles around to give you the idea that it is a costume and not his actual flesh. We have the sculpt work of his utility belt, also for his thigh utility belt as well, which looks really nice. I like how they added the silver for the couple of daggers that he uses. We have sculpt work in the muscles, shading all over this figure. I mean, I wish SH Figuarts would definitely take kind of like a nice little approach with the shading with that. We have the cloth cape as well. Paint apps, I mean, most of the figure is molded in gray plastic. The boots are probably what's painted. This whole leg is gray plastic. This boot here and the joint are the only thing that's molded in blue plastic. Same thing with the arms. The parts that are blue right here, that was probably all gray, molded in gray plastic, and then they just painted it blue and they gave some shading into it. Now that's it with Batman and his paint apps and his sculpt. But let's take a look at Robin. Very nice figure here. Almost dropped the light. And I'm glad that they gave us this Robin. It's really nice. I'm trying to get the camera to focus, but this Robin looks really nice. We got the original uniform, and what I liked is that they kind of went with the scheme of the 1966 Robin costume. It looks really nice, and it works really well for this cartoon movie that they were able to produce, or the graphic novel. We have the nice sculpt work of the hair. We have the glasses looking really nice. You can tell that they're really big and wonky. Let me get Batman a little bit more out of frame so that way the camera kind of fixates on Robin here. We can see that the R is actually sculpted on there. We have the little buttons for the shirt. We have a belt buckle. So they did do some good detail work. As for paint, this figure looks really nice as paint work. Most of it is molded in the red, and then they just painted the things that they needed to. The green is obviously molded, and then this was just probably socked into it with a peg of some sort. We also have a cloth yellow cape, which is really nice, and we know how we love our yellow capes. We have green booties here, which look really nice, and it captures the figure's likeness and everything that we need. Now we're down to everybody's favorite part, which is the articulation. All right, head moves up, moves down, swivel, arm rotation, hinge, bicep swivel, bend at the elbow, swivel, hinge, diaphragm joint back, forward, side to side, diaphragm swivel, waist swivel, leg kicks forward, leg kicks back. We got the Dark Knight's beautiful slow spread, swivel, bend at the knee, swivel, hinge, toe hinge, back, forward, swivel, arm rotation, hinge, bicep swivel, bend at the elbow, swivel, hinge, diaphragm joint back, forward, side to side, waist swivel, leg kicks forward, back, swivel, Robin's acrobatic spread, bend at the knee, swivel, hinge, toe hinge. All right, here we're now at the accessory portion of the review, and we can see both Robin and Batman's hands. So Batman comes with a total of 10 hands altogether. He has some open palm hands. He has some nice grasping open palm hands. He has some kind of open finger hands, so that way you can put the batarangs in there. Kind of did 2 in 1, so that way I can kind of not do so many frames. But you can see here the batarangs fit in there nice and snug, and they have some nice detail and paint apps on them. Let me get one right here so you can take a look at it before I go wrong with the rest of the fingers or hands. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can get this thing to focus here. Focus, focus, focus. So can't really get it to focus but they're really nice. So we got 2 fisted hands here. I think the other fisted hand has it where you can actually have it grab his cape. Robin has some open fisted hands, so that we can slip the, what's it called? Dang it, slingshot. And then we have some nice pinching hands here. We have fisted hands here, and then open palm hands there, so that way you can be able to display them any way you want. So let's go to the rest of the accessories. Mafex Batman and Robin here come with a few head accessories. We're going to start off with Robin. The head accessory that's on her in the package is this nice little stern face here. We can see the paint apps of the hair. Looks really nice. The skin color looks nice and fair. It looks like we have some like pink lips. And then we have the green kind of glasses that she wears throughout the whole movie or graphic novel. So you can see the likeness is very nice. We also have her with some nice wind blowing through her hair. So this is the head sculpt you'd use for like some aerial acrobatics. Once again, the head sculpt looks really nice, and I did not know that the glasses came off. That's really neat. So it's either that they weren't supposed to come off because I could see the peg there, and they just came off due to the fact that the glue wore out. Because you're not going to display her without glasses with a big hole in the middle of her forehead, as you guys can see here, a big old hole in the middle of the forehead. So there's no way you're going to display a figure that way. But that's pretty neat that the glasses did come off. I wonder if the glasses come off on the other one. You know, I didn't even think to try that. Yeah, no, they're not supposed to come off. And then we have the Batman head sculpts that are down here. We have a Bruce Wayne head sculpt. I believe it's the same one that came with the battle damage Batman. And then we have the cowl that's supposed to slip over the neck, so that way you can attach it to him. Now the paint apps of this is really nice. The likeness is really good to the graphics novels. And you can see the paint apps of the hair. Nice white with some nice shading into it. And then there's a nice stern face. We got some good, you know, detail in there. And then we get the 2 Batman head sculpts. One with a nice grinning face where he's mad, and then we have a nice stern normal face. You can see that they have detailed for the eyes and the eyebrows. You guys can take a look at that. And then you get the slingshots. You got one that's normal, and then you got another one that's extended as if she's about to fire it. And what's cool about it, they thought about the little detail of the actual metal piece that they're going to put in there. Obviously this one wouldn't have it because it's all relaxed. Silver paint apps, slips in the hand very nicely. Black paint apps as well, some nice brown for the leather, and I think it does a really good job. So let's get to my final So we're here on my final thoughts on this Mafex figure. Now the Batman is a solid figure. It does have some issues, as in the joints. Some of them are a little loose, so you want to be careful with that. As for the Robin, one of the head sculpts, the one with the hair kind of floating in the air, the glasses kind of fell off of it. Nothing a little dab of super glue won't fix, so just keep those things in mind. Other than that, these figures are really phenomenal. I wouldn't doubt that the battle damage head sculpts will be able to swap over to this one if there was any difference of those. The Robin figure is a really nice touch. I'm glad it comes with accessories. Mafex is doing something really phenomenal by giving us an actual figure that's articulated, unlike SH Figuarts that tends to give us little statues here and there, but they're starting to work on that. Now, if you guys have any questions or comments, let me know below. I would really appreciate it. If you guys haven't picked up these little dynamic duel here, then, you know, it's going to be a little difficult for you, because once they sell out, they're going to go up in price a lot, because these are going to be very sought after and everybody's going to want these figures. With all that being said, guys, I appreciate you guys, and I hope you enjoyed the review. Hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see everybody on the next review.